You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Welcome to Cinema Z, a film discussion and review podcast on BQN. We're here to showcase the films you probably missed, but should definitely check out. From independent and obscure to art house and absurd, each episode will gather, perhaps with a cocktail in hand, to discuss it all. I'm your host, Mark, and with me today, of course, the lovely Matt Jennings. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're also in for a treat because we have a special guest this week, broadcasting from Maine, the great state of Maine, my dad. Welcome, Dad.
Hello.
Welcome, Dad.
Well, I want to ask you guys, what you all drinking tonight?
I cannot drink anything because I have to go to work, but it's funny because I'm going to a job where people do drink, and that's a bar. So I will drink through them vicariously.
Okay, all right.
H2O.
You got a water. Okay, all right. Well, I guess I'm the only one, but I have whiskey and ginger beer tonight.
That sounds tasty.
Oh, it's very tasty. Was also wondering, what have you guys been watching? Have you seen any movies lately that you have enjoyed?
No, I've been so busy. I have not been able to have anything in the tube. I am going to see Wicked for Good.
Okay.
Which I'm very much looking forward to. I like what John Chu did with the first half, and so I'm looking forward to the conclusion. I know how it ends. For those of you that don't know Wicked, it is a musical based off of the book, which is based off of the Wizard of Oz film.
So I heard today that they're thinking about making a third Wicked.
No,
but
leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. It's supposed to line up with Wizard of Oz. I haven't seen Wicked or Wicked for Good, but I'm imagining they're getting closer to Wizard of Oz. So wouldn't the third one just be a remake of Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, there's no reason. Just I'll end up going on a tangent. If I go there, I'll go on a tangent. So I'll be quiet. Just Hollywood, find a soul and stop running things. Yeah, have fresh ideas and stop running things into the ground. After it's good, let it be changed for good. See what I did there, listeners?
Dad, have you seen anything?
I don't remember what I've seen for a movie lately. The last production I've seen was a play.
Oh, what was that?
The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Saw it down at the Penobscot Theater.
Nice.
Have you read it?
Have not.
No.
Is it funny?
No, it is not funny.
Oh, okay.
It's a psychological horror.
Oh, that sounds
as a play?
One of the first of its kind, yes.
On stage. I like that.
On stage, yes.
Very cool.
That sounds interesting.
Thanks to the folks at Letterboxd that don't provide me any financial backing at all, but I wish they did. I've been able to keep track of my films that I'm watching, and I went on a binge this past week. I've watched a few films. I wanted to watch a few Coleman Domingo movies, and I started out with Rustin, and then I went to Sing Sing, and I watched both of those, and I ended up, he's not in this one, but I watched There Will Be Blood also. But I think as far as the three of those are concerned, I would recommend Rustin the most. It's accessible. It's on Netflix. It is a true story. It's about a guy that was helping Martin Luther King Jr. Sort of plan the March on Washington, and his whole backstory, and the acting was phenomenal. I laughed, I cried. It was all of the feels, and I highly recommend the film.
Rustin is one of the we know his name, but we don't know his story as much as we should. He is the mastermind and the great thinker behind this movement that inspired other movements, the queer movement, the Hispanic movement. It was a blueprint. There were people from those different communities that were there at that march and saw that and took that blueprint and used it as well. So we don't sing his praises enough. I'm glad.
Have you seen the film?
No. I know
Oh, you know the
I know,
story. Okay.
yeah, I know the story. I've just never seen the film.
Well, I highly recommend the movie. It's wildly entertaining. Coleman Domingo should have got an Oscar for this. I know it's a Netflix film, but it was.
No, I'm sure he's brilliant.
Oh, he was brilliant in this. Yeah. All right. So today, listeners, we are going to be talking about Wonder Boys. It's the 2000 comedy drama film directed by Curtis Hanson, in which Grady Tripp, a struggling English professor who is unable to finish his second novel 7 years after his first novel's success, set during a chaotic week at a literary festival, Grady navigates personal and professional turmoil, including an affair with the university chancellor, and challenges posed by his talented and troubled student, James Lear. So I want to know from you guys, why did you want to watch this film originally? Like when you first heard of this film, why did you want to watch?
Dad, I'll let you go.
Why did I want to watch it? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
if I can recall correctly, I saw an advertisement for it, and Michael Douglas was in it, so I said, absolutely.
Good choice.
For me, it was, I'd have to say the cast was pretty interesting. Michael Douglas, Robert Downey Jr., Frances McDormand. Am I saying Frances' name right?
Yeah.
Frances McDormand, Tobey Maguire. Just a good cast.
Well, for me, Dad, did you rented this, I'm guessing, and showed it to me when it came out? I'm pretty sure.
I probably did, and I eventually ended up buying the film,
Yeah.
a
So
copy of it, so I could watch it again.
I watched it because he watched it and showed it to me when, I don't know, I was a teenager, I'm guessing. First time I saw this.
Yeah, because you would have saw it in 2001.
Yeah. So I would have been, as probably a senior in high school.
And it's a very coming of age movie too.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so
So refresh my memory.
Mm.
Does Tobey Maguire star in Spider-Man after this movie?
he pretty much, yeah. I mean, he may have done the Cider House Rules around the same time.
Oh, that's a
'Cause I
great
know
film.
it's been a long time since I've seen that. But I know that Spider-Man came out in 2002. So he could have easily just been getting ready to film Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask this earlier, but I'm going to ask now. I want to know, when did you first get interested in films, and if you could name maybe one of your favorite films?
Oh, I get into films probably when I was 12 or 13. I don't remember. But one of my first films that really made an impression on me was not the first, but one of the ones that stand out was A Clockwork Orange.
You're kidding me. I didn't even know you watched that film.
When I first watched that, it was rated X.
Really? I mean, I
Yeah.
can see why, but that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it was rated X. I saw it in Fort Kent, Maine at the cinema up there. It was rated
Wow.
X, and it didn't change to an R until about a year or so later.
Hmm.
You know,
That
some fun
yeah.
trivia is we're recording this Thanksgiving week, and for a number of years in a row, on Thanksgiving, I watched A Clockwork Orange.
Really?
For
Oh,
some odd
because
reason, yeah.
was Alex at that house? I forget the character's name. Was he at their house on Thanksgiving?
No, I was alone, and that's why I put it on, because I'm like, nobody else wants to watch this.
Alex and his droogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to this day, all these years later, since the 70s, one of the lines that stick out to me on that movie is when Alex is at the house of these people, he's sort of held hostage, sort of in a way.
Oh, when he gets captured by them after.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And the host, I don't remember his name, is shaking with rage.
The old
shaking
man.
with rage. He's ready to explode. And he reaches over with the wine bottle and says to Alex, "More wine?" And to this day, your mother and I use that line sometimes, especially me when I'm passing the wine. 50 years later.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. More wine, and his hands shaking.
Yes.
Well, I have another question for the group. I want to know, have you guys ever met somebody like Grady Tripp?
I got to meditate just for a minute because I'm sure that I have. I'm thinking of brilliant elder people that are trying to find the next great thing. Like that's the criteria that I'm trying to work with.
Dad?
Yeah, I think we've all met someone like Grady Tripp.
Yeah.
Pieces here and there. He's a composite of all these other people. I knew a professor wasn't quite like him with all the bad luck, but he had some of the same attitudes. Okay. And he ended up not getting tenure because he wouldn't play their games. So
what did he teach?
Biology.
I could probably say that, because now I'm thinking about professors. I could say that about a lot of my theater professors in college, that they all, especially at that time, they all had something a little quirky. I remember the theater students, we would describe our faculty and the theater program as Hogwarts, and all the different teachers is just different teachers that taught at Hogwarts, and everyone had their own quirk and their own brilliance at the same time. My acting professor, for example, Hugh O'Gorman, he would sometimes coach us in our acting classes and in our scenes like we were in a football game. But it worked. It totally worked. And his size, his spirit, his just physically a big guy, but the most gentle spirit. Crazy methods to pull out what he wanted from us in terms of a performance. Just anything. I remember, and I'll tie it up with this. He had me do an exercise where he was trying to get me just say the lines and not gesture with my hands so much. I still do it and I work on it. But he had me rest my back up against a wall and just like sit in a chair formation. And he said, don't worry about anything else. Just say the lines, just say the lines, just say the lines. And he would come up with all kinds of weird exercises for everybody to kind of open themselves up. But that's, if there's anyone like Grady, I could say my acting professors in college for sure.
Have you seen the Kaminsky Method, Matt? Have you watched that?
No.
Oh, you've got to watch that, Matt.
Yeah.
So it's your assignment. It's your assignment. I was commenting on that to your mother yesterday. I said, when we first watched the Wonder Boys, Mr. Douglas looked old to us then. We said, how? Look how he's aged. Well, now that once you've seen the Kaminsky Method, which just came out a few years ago, you'll say, when you'll see the Wonder Boys again, you'll say, wow, doesn't he look young? And he segued right into the Kaminsky Method from what he did in the Wonder Boys. He really did that part. Yeah,
I was going to say that too. Yeah, I think it's the two characters are very similar.
Very.
However, in Kaminsky Method, he's playing an acting teacher,
right,
at an acting school. So that's why I was mentioning it to Matt, because he was talking about his acting teacher, and I was like, oh.
But he's an educator.
Right,
he's an educator with problems.
That's right.
We could do a lot of spin-offs on this.
I'd watch all of them. I would watch Michael Douglas play that same character all day. Yeah, he was great. I think for me, honestly, and this is the complete honest answer, and I would say this even if my dad was not here, but when I watch this movie, I just think about my dad. That's it. As Grady Tripp.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just see you in him so much. Like his humor and his wit, his intelligence, his sass a little bit. You know, he's very irreverent. But I see all of that in you.
I'll take that as a compliment. Unfortunately, I have his writer's block, too. One of my best pieces.
Yeah, when I watch this movie, I think of you for sure.
One of my best, thank you. One of my best pieces of work has been sitting for 10 years because I came to a stop and I couldn't restart. There you go. So I identify him with that way. And what's that tell you? He typed what? 1,500 pages or 2,000?
Oh, yeah. It was
2,100. It was crazy. And the girl, Hannah, was completely right. what she told him, and he did not like to hear that, did he?
No, he did not.
Yeah, because he's always telling his students that they need to, make choices, and he didn't seem to make any in that book.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is a great segue to the next topic. So Vernon Crabapple, or Vernon Hardapple, sorry, asked, "Why did you keep writing this book?"
Crabtree.
No, Hardapple. Vernon was the black guy driving the car. Anyway, he said,
Yeah.
"Why did you keep writing this book, even if you didn't know what it was about?" And Grady said, "I couldn't stop."
Yeah, exactly.
So this is, I know Matt has an answer for this, but I'm curious, have you ever worked on a project for so long that you felt like you'd never see the finish line?
The piece of writing I was just telling you about. I was at it a few years and I just put it away.
You finally just wiped your hands of it.
It's still sitting there. I'd like to pick it up and finish it someday, but I don't know when.
Yeah. Matt?
Well, for me, it's gonna be my web series, but I think that's because when you make something, it's coming from a very personal place. Personally, I overanalyze everything. I want the project to be the best that it can be. I'll get self-conscious about the writing and change a line 50 times over before I even share it with anyone else. And then after I've shared it with someone else, I might change it based off of the reaction that I got, which is not a good thing to do. But when it's a personal piece, I will sit with it for a while. So yes.
I can definitely think of a few examples for myself. The first thing that comes to mind was like a painting I worked on a few years ago that I just kept working on, and then I just, like my dad, I just got sick of working on it. So then I just sort of said it was done, even if I didn't feel like it was done. And I was also, as you were talking, I was thinking about editing, like even this podcast. When I started editing podcast, I was doing All Good Things, also on this network, and it was a Star Trek podcast. But I was, I guess, more anal about editing than I am now. I mean, I wouldn't let anything go, like awkward pauses and ums and ahs and stuff like that. And I'm a lot better now at letting some mistakes be in there. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfection. I think the quest for perfection was sort of maddening, and now I've learned to sort of like, okay, like there needs to be a balance. And there's some stuff you can take out, but some stuff you just got to plow through, let it be the way that it is, because time. I want to produce this, but I also don't want to spend a whole month editing. So
yeah, and I think something that I realized as I got older, and I love to watch my special features for movies. So when I look at like George Lucas, for example, who made his first set of Star Wars movies, but didn't quite get to make them the way that he wanted them, because he didn't have the technology, made the type of movies that he wanted to make visually almost 20 years down the road.
yeah.
Right? The last Star Wars movie came out in like 82. The prequels came out in 99. Something like that.
Yeah, but he did the special edition in between.
That's true. But he still waited a good decade or so for the technology to get there. But I say that to say, even the greats still have work that they put out that is considered great, that in their eyes is not a complete work or not the best that they wanted to have put out there. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Okay, I can relax a little bit.
Blade Runner. There's is there 4 different cuts of Blade Runner?
Yeah. It's wild.
You have to sort of I had to do research to figure out which cut I should get, and I weighed the pros and cons, and then ended up going with I think the final cut is the one that I got, or the ultimate cut, or the last cut, or something like that. They're all called something different.
There's 4 versions out there. I think there's like an ultimate DVD set that has all 4 out there. I know there's the one that doesn't have the what's the word? The voiceover, the narration.
Okay.
If you will. There's one that doesn't have the narration, then there's one that does have the narration. That I think the one that does have the narration, I think, is the one that wasn't released in theaters.
I was also going to say Apocalypse Now was also released a couple of different versions of it. and I think the last version that came out was the one that I ended up getting to, because it was also cobbled together a few versions, and it also had been updated with special effects and things like that.
I had no idea. That'd be good to know. I don't know what version I saw.
Oh, do you own it?
I might have a DVD copy of that, but I don't think so.
Yeah, they just remastered it and cleaned it up quite a bit, so that's when I bought it.
Well, musicians, a lot of times, they'll over-polish their music too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes you listen to the rawer versions of it, and it's actually better than what got released.
It's so much better. The live stuff to me is always better than the recorded stuff for the most part. Erykah Badu is one of my favorite recording artists. I'm pretty sure they've talked about her on the podcast before, but she has always said when she is in the studio, she's perfecting a moment, and then when she's live on stage, she's creating the moment.
There you go. Well said. Yeah.
While watching the film, I was wondering, what character did you relate to the most?
Oh, for sure, Grady, for me. But I knew, how should I say it? Character is very similar to Tobey Maguire's character in the film. There seems to be in one on every campus, or one on every class.
He was a trickster.
He was a trickster.
I felt like he was definitely like being fake with everybody and making up these convoluted things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely was. I was under the impression that he even believed those stories. There was a certain amount of conviction to me when he was telling people these different things that it seemed like he believed it. I mean, he was definitely lost. And so I think whatever reality, whatever narrative fit his current situation, I think he just formed it right then and there for himself. I think I'm definitely a lot like Grady. And I also think I can be like Tobey Maguire's character as well a little bit. Not so much in making up stories, but I think in terms of trying to figure it out, I think that element is very much me as well. So I can see both.
And I think he really was depressed.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't faking that. Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Absolutely not.
Even though he wrote his stories in sort of defiance of, he wasn't trying to pander to the crowd. He wasn't trying to write something to please them. He could have done that. He knew what he was writing wasn't going to impress them, and he was going to get harsh critiques, and he was going to hate hearing the harsh critiques, but he wrote it anyway because that's just what he writes. Yeah. Hannah was right. I mean, it was brave of him to do that.
You know who he reminded me of? We don't want to get off topic, but he reminded me of a young Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Prodigy. Yeah.
Prodigy, and also with a made-up background.
Oh, that's true.
The stories he used to tell were a little bit of imagination thrown in there. His creative processes, and he always put that shield up there. That's good.
Dad, because of you, I showed Matt I'm Not There, and we watched that.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, definitely Grady, I could relate to for sure, but also a little bit of Crabtree.
Yeah.
Just sort of, he, in spite of the fact that like what was going on in New York for him was like it was falling apart, he did put on good face and smiled and worked his way through it and charmed his way through it. And I think that that was cool. And he was a likable character. He was a little bit of a creep, but he was a likable character too.
Yeah, he was definitely he had some creepy moments. I think that, Robert Downey Jr. being the charming person that he is as well, there's a little bit of Robert Downey Jr. in there, like charming his way through the role, which I really appreciated.
The casting was phenomenal.
Yeah. I also appreciate that part of his character that is the supportive friend that is just there on the journey and is also there for the unhinged part of it as well. I have a friend like that, and his name is Joey, and my friend Joey is very much like that, very much brilliant in his own way as well. Joey is also incredibly brilliant, has a tendency to shy away from things maybe in the same way that Grady does in some ways, but also when it comes to being supportive of his friends and recognizing their gifts as well. And I think that is something that through his chaos, and what made his chaos so charming and endearing, was that at the end of the day, he is there for his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically, I'm going to push you to do this. You are going to do this because I know what you have.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was something that surprised you about the film?
Well, I was surprised. It didn't seem right that he let the
Ula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew where you were going.
Ula go with that jacket. I go, no. It didn't make any sense. And for a while, I was wondering, why didn't they notice the blood stains on the carpet? Thank God that got resolved later, that they did see the blood stains on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
But to let that coat go, I winced at that like it was real.
Did you read the book?
No.
In the book, I don't know if this is in trivia or not, and I wrote the damn thing, but in the book, he gets the coat back from Ula. He gives the coat to the Chancellor, and she wears it on their wedding day.
Oh, nice. But it was the Chancellor's husband's jacket.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's how he wrote it in the book, I guess.
Huh. Yeah.
But to me, it makes sense because the character of Grady at that point, everything was sort of coming to a head, and he really, at that point, towards the end of the film, just did not give a shit. He was just going to say what he wanted to do what he wanted to do. You know, the world be damned. And he got to that point, and he was going to take the jacket. You could see he was going to take the jacket. And then he was like, part of him was like, fuck it, just give her the jacket. And I could see that. It made sense for the character for me.
Well, doesn't that kind of tie in with the theme song? Things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care anymore.
Nope.
I think the thing for me that surprised me, because I was trying to figure out where the movie was going to go towards the end, is the moment. It's the moment where the pages go flying out of the car, and my heart broke because I just thought of all of that work, and I thought what was going to happen was that he was going to find a way to get the goods out of all of those pages, or stick to one page of dialogue, one piece of text, this one nugget that he found that was going to be the piece that gets released. That's what I thought was what was going to happen, and then that didn't happen, and then the pages were just gone. And then I said to myself in the moment, you know what? They were gone. They're gone for a reason. It was necessary. And
Absolutely.
Going back to the line that it's
Vernon?
the line, where he says, "Well, if you didn't know what you were, why did you keep writing this book if you didn't even know what it was about?"
Yeah.
Which is just, plain as day. Why hold on to it? But the shock, there was the shock of the pages going flying out of the car, which I think broke my heart the most, was just the image of them just flying out of the car.
There were a few moments like that sprinkled in this film where I was just kind of surprised that they went there. There was that when he lost the manuscript. Another was when the dog got shot.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to kill the dog.
Not big on
Poor Poe.
Hurting animals and movies.
And I like this film. And I'm surprised that I like it so much, because usually if they're messing with animals in a film, it pisses me off so much I can't forgive it. But I still like this film. But that's something that makes it hard to like, because I'm like, they killed the dog.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why they put it in there. It's kind of controversial. It gives you that. It puts you in an uncomfortable zone there.
Yeah.
You're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're thinking at first the dog deserves it, but not really. It's somebody's pet.
Yeah.
The head of my acting program used to say, "It's sexy, it's provocative, it's theater."
It's theater.
Which I've always remembered. Anytime I see something that hits me in an odd way, or that challenges me, any kind of piece of art, I say, wait a minute now, is it doing what it's supposed to do? I was not a fan of the dog being left to replace Tobey Maguire's character in the bed. I said,
That I
wait,
thought was funny.
wait, but the dog is gonna decay. It's gonna smell in the blanket, and when they go downstairs, I'm thinking
Yeah,
practically.
that to me was because that's disrespectful for the animal. Complete disrespect for that
Yeah,
animal. It's one thing
True.
to kill it and try to hide it, but to put it there and use it as a prop,
yes,
yeah, that's somebody's loved
no,
one.
yes.
It's true. It's true. But actually, at that moment, like I could just, again, going back to Grady, at that point, he just didn't give a shit. And was like, you know what? Just use the dog. And so to me, it makes sense story wise. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it
it was
absolutely makes
rude.
sense story-wise, metaphorically, absolutely, but in reality,
Poe didn't need to take 2 to the chest.
no, he did not. Just like Kirk Douglas said, no, he did not need to take 2 to the chest.
Oh shit. Well, guys, we have reached director's cut.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
In this segment, we talk about and replay some of our favorite scenes. We act out our favorite moments. And I do have 3 scenes here to go. So, from my understanding, Dad, you want to abstain from this section?
As far as acting goes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how it plays out.
Okay. Well, the first scene here is this scene we were just talking about. So this is when poor Poe gets murdered in his own home. And so we're going to replay that scene. And it doesn't matter to me what character I play in this. Matt, do you have a choice?
I'll do Grady.
Okay, so I will be Mr. James Lear.
Okay.
Action.
Oh, shit, James, you shot Gaskell's dog.
I had to, didn't I?
Could you just pulled him off me?
No, he was crazy. I didn't. He looked like.
Okay. Take it easy. Don't freak out on me.
Do you have a mirror? It's the best way to see if somebody's breathing.
He's dead, James. Believe me, I know a dead dog when I see one.
What are we going to do?
Well, first, you're going to give me that little cap gun of yours.
Professor Tripp, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, James.
What are we going to do with...
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to tell the Chancellor I murdered her husband's dog.
You?
Trust me, James, when the family's pet's been assassinated, the owner doesn't want to hear one of her students was the triggerman.
Does he want to hear that it was one of her professors?
I've got tenure.
Cut.
The dialogue throughout this whole film is just juicy. I think you could have picked any scene from this and it would be really good dialogue to eat up. That was one of my favorite things about the film. I just think the writing is phenomenal.
Yeah, there's some dark humor elements in here.
Mm-hmm.
Some dark comedy for sure.
So the second scene that I've chosen, I've called The Long Way Home. So this is when Traxler, one of the students, is giving Grady a ride home with the backpack that he has gone back for once James told him where the backpack was. In this scene, there is Traxler and Grady. I would like to be Grady this time.
All right.
Action.
I guess you're here for the backpack?
Oh, yeah.
Saw the manuscript inside. So when you showed up, I figured, is it good?
I don't know. It might be.
Say, Professor Tripp, is all this stuff true about Errol Flynn? How he used to put the freak on his dick to make himself, last longer?
Christ, Traxler, how the hell should I know?
Well, geez, you're reading his biography, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. That's true. He used to rub all kinds of things on it. Paprika, ground lamb.
Sick. Wow. Check out that greenhouse. Is that your wife?
No, my wife's out of town.
Who's that guy?
Her husband.
Exactly what are we doing here, Professor Tripp?
Taking the long way home.
Cut.
Ugh, that was a nice scene as well. And also, when they started talking about Errol Flynn and the stuff he used to rub on his dick, that also was one of those things that was just like a shocking moment in this film. You're like, what the hell are they talking about?
I wasn't expecting that. Um,
And then I got curious. I think I even Googled that.
well, is it true? What does Google have to say? Is that factual?
I don't remember. It was a while back when I Googled it, but I was curious enough to do research on it. I have forgotten. So now I need to re-look it up. What did Errol Flynn rub on his dick? Oh, Lord. Okay. The third scene here we have, I just titled James's manuscript. Here we have Crabtree and Grady, and I would like, if possible, to be Crabtree.
Okay.
Crabs.
Crabs.
I thought that was a great one in the movie. They call them crabs.
Yeah, I like that too.
Play on words.
Yeah.
He probably had it at some point too. Probably did, and that's no judgment at all
Right?
to anybody out there.
Yeah.
Live your best life. Just be safe.
What was his girlfriend's name?
Antonia?
Antonia Sloviak. He probably
Yeah.
gave Antonia crabs.
Probably
Poor
did.
Antonia.
Everyone, be safe out there. Be a whore, but be safe about it.
Wrap it up. Wear prep.
Wrap it up. Take prep. Mark, can you please do our sponsor message?
This episode has been sponsored once again by Prep.
Thank you.
So this actually, I wanted to do this monologue. It's mostly a monologue. It's Crabtree reading James Lear's script. This monologue, I read it in college for an acting class. I've read it at other points in my life, and I just think it's a really cool monologue. So I wanted to read it again here. It's a little meta. So yeah, I'm going to be Crabtree reading James Lear's script, and I guess Grady will be played by Matt.
All right.
Action.
Oh, come on, Trip. Cut the kid some slack.
Oh, it's all that crap he spins out. Just once I'd like to know if the little bastard's telling the truth.
The truth? I know that's always been real important to you. Hey, check this out. Finally, the door opened. It was a shock to see him, shuffling into the room like an aging prize fighter. Limp, beaten. Sound like anybody we know. But it was later when the great man squinted into the bitter glow of twilight. Bitter glow of twilight, okay. It definitely needs an editor. And muttered simply, "It means nothing, all of it, nothing." That the true shock came. It was then that the boy understood that his hero's true insecurities lay hidden in a darker place. His heart.
Yes, his heart.
His heart, once capable of inspiring others so completely, could no longer inspire so much of it as itself. It beat now only out of habit. It beat now only because it could.
Ready. You all right, Professor Tripp?
He's great. Come on. Let's blow before old Gran decides to boil bones for breakfast.
Oh, well, that's just it. She's been coming down here every half hour or so to sort of check on me. If I'm not here, she might call the police or
Hush.
something.
So we decoy her. Stick a couple pillows, one of your teddy bears under the spread, and she won't know the difference.
No, I've got a better idea.
Cut.
And then they get the dog.
Mm.
It was poetic, is what it was.
No, I mean, like...
Sad and poetic.
Well, I mean, when you look at the way that, bit by bit, like, the script goes away, the dog goes away, the Marilyn Monroe jacket goes away, like, for the sake
his marriage
of the
is going
story,
away.
Yes, the marriage, like...
All of his weed is going away.
It makes sense for the sake of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the dog.
It's the dog. Well, guys, we have reached the rewrites portion of the pod. So in this section, we ask if there was something you could change about the film, what would it be and how?
Let's back up for just a minute about the dog.
Okay.
When I pulled the DVD off to rewatch the movie yesterday, I saw the dog on the cover of the DVD, and I'm going, I don't remember what this dog has to do with the movie. Well, a big part of the movie. Now I know why he's on the cover of the DVD. But that was digression. Go ahead.
If you could change something about the film, what would it be and how?
I would like a little more explanation. It wasn't clear to me, and we had volume troubles watching the DVD. But I think they could have spent a little bit more time with James Lear's background, what the situation was really with his grandparents and living in that mansion. I didn't quite get all that. There was something I missed. Like, what?
It did seem like they were his grandparents.
But it looks like they had a lot of money.
Mhm.
And what he lied about being trapped in the cellar, but he had quite a spread down there. And what happened to his parents? I wish a little bit of that could have been explained a little better. And maybe I missed something.
No, Dad, I agree with you. I think that as I was watching the movie, there were just certain moments where I could tell in the book, it's explained very well.
Oh, you read the book as well.
No, it's just I can tell that as I was watching the movie, there are just some moments of subtlety and random things that aren't really explained that I said, this must have been fleshed out in the book more. But it must still be an important moment. Like the moment where, what's the character's name? He just pops his butt on the hood of the car.
Vernon Crab.
Yeah, Vern. When he just like hops his butt on the hood of the car and he just goes away. I said, wait, what is this? Why?
Yeah.
I love that.
And what on that?
Why do you keep calling me Vernon?
Exactly. I couldn't figure that out. What is this? Why wasn't it? Isn't his name Vernon?
No, but I've done this because of, and I have to admit this makes me a horrible person, but because of this film, I've played that game with people. I've gone to restaurants, seen other people, and been like, oh yeah, this person's name's Cheryl, and she does this, and blah, blah, blah.
I think that's fun. I've done that. That's fun. I don't think that's a bad thing.
You mean
but I wouldn't call the person Cheryl.
No, not to their face. No.
But you make it up behind their face.
Yes.
Yeah. Behind them.
Yeah,
you mean amongst yourselves at your table?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you give people backstories.
Okay, that's excellent. Have you heard the Simon and Garfunkel song, America?
Yeah.
They're on the bus playing games with the faces.
Oh, that's what, I don't know what it means.
I had no idea. That is such a classic. They're making backstories for people they see on the bus or on the side of the road as they're traveling across America. She must be a spy. Her, what was it? Her umbrella's really a camera or something like that. They're making these backstories of people. It's the same idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway.
There was a person that I worked with at a pizza restaurant in Maine that I never bothered to learn his name, and I called him Kevin. He looked like a Kevin, and I called him Kevin the entire time I worked with him. Then one day, years later, I bumped into him at the mall, and I was like, Kevin! And he's like, Mark! And then as I was walking away, his girlfriend turns to him and is like, why was he calling you Kevin?
That's great.
But he always responded to it.
But yeah, I gotta say that I wish I could just tell there were just simple moments that I know if I had read the book, it would be explained well. And it just the translation to the film format, it just something is missed. And I think that happened quite a bit in this movie, which made for some jarring moments. And I also wonder what it would be like if it was a play as well. There's a theatrical element in terms of a stage play that I think would have helped to tell the story better on a stage instead of in a film, because there are things that I definitely know that I missed. Yeah.
Good point.
I think for me, like there were certain elements, like Dad, you mentioned James's parents. Like we don't know if those were grandparents or parents. I assumed they're grandparents too, because they looked much, much older to be his parents. But also the absence, this always drove me crazy watching the film, and again on the rewatch, that we never do see Grady's wife. We see the wife's parents.
Yeah.
And the wife's father gets a lot of screen time. But although the wife gets talked about throughout the whole film, we never actually see the wife. And so maybe if I was making the film, I would just include some bits with the wife.
I think it worked not seeing her. I got to disagree with you there.
All right. That's fine.
I was wondering that too when I was watching it. Then as the movie was winding down, I go, yeah, I think that worked that we never saw the wife.
You
She's
can
mysterious
use your imagination.
because it didn't really matter why they couldn't work it out.
Mhm.
He had other things on his plate to worry about at that time.
Yeah.
And that was a busy weekend for that guy.
It was the fact that the whole movie took place in the span of what, 3 days?
2 or 3.
Yeah, that's it. Like a
Yeah.
Friday through Sunday or something. Yeah. Well, that brings us to standouts. So this part of the pod, I want to ask you guys if there was something positive you'd like to say about the film that hasn't currently been mentioned.
Well, about the film itself, I'm going to go back to the soundtrack, Things Have Changed by Dylan, because you listen to those lyrics again, and so much of it fits in with this movie that it was a perfect fit. And the other songs on the soundtrack were great too, but this main theme song was "A worried man's got a worried mind, nothing in front of me and no one behind." I mean, it sums up his weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can associate with the characters or scenes that went on. People are crazy and times are strange. I'm locked in tight, but I'm out of range. He's adrift out there. The whole thing to me is so positive. It fits the movie perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, very well said. I absolutely agree. I think for me, standout is going to be Tobey Maguire's performance.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's not an easy character to play.
I mentioned to my wife last night, your mom, Mark, I said, when we got done watching that, I said, wow, didn't Tobey Maguire nail that part?
Absolutely nailed it.
That's what got me wondering if that was before or after Spider-Man. I couldn't remember because he nailed it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, the aloofness, I can't quite put my finger on it, but he nailed it.
Yeah.
He absolutely nailed it.
He did.
I was having this conversation at work today, talking about the different actors that they pick to be in these movies that I don't watch. The Spider-Mans and the Supermans and the Batmans. Like I don't watch a lot of the superhero movies, but they get some really, really good actors. 3 of the actors of this film have all been superheroes. So Michael Douglas was in, I think, the Ant-Man or something.
He was in the Ant-Man franchise and plays one of the earlier Ant-Men as well in the flashback. So
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then of course Robert Downey Jr., who's in 2 roles. He's done Iron Man,
and now he's going to be Dr. Doom. And then is her name Rachel? The student.
Oh,
she didn't play a superhero, but she was in The Dark Knight.
That's right too.
Not The Dark Knight. She was in Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. That's right too.
And also,
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
And that also makes me think of Andrew Garfield, who played Spider-Man as well, who in one of the Spider-Man movies where all 3 of them meet, Spider-Man No Way Home, stole the show. And he was on screen probably for 20 minutes. Not that long. But no, just to your point, Mark. Yeah, lots of talent in there.
I remember seeing so Tobey Maguire had done this, and I'd seen him in that. And I had actually seen the original first couple Spider-Mans, and I just had my idea of who Tobey Maguire was as an actor, I guess. And I didn't see him much beyond this sort of like innocent kind of kid. And then I saw him in The Good German. Dad, have you seen that? With Cate Blanchett?
No, it's on my list that I have.
Yeah, well, Tobey Maguire.
I have a long list of films to watch. He's in that?
Tobey Maguire is in that. And he, at one point, plays like an abusive boyfriend. And he just beats Cate Blanchett. And
I don't know if I want to see that.
Well, but the thing is that it's so shocking because you're watching Tobey Maguire do it.
Yeah.
Like she ends up fine, but like you see it taking place where she's getting abused by Tobey Maguire, and it's just very, very shocking and almost takes me out of the film. But to see that kind of range is just incredible. Yeah, it's a good movie. You should see that. And that was also who was the guy from ER that everybody liked? That was also in the Ocean's movies.
Oh,
George Clooney.
George Clooney. Yeah. So George Clooney is also in The Good German, and I highly
yes,
recommend that.
I knew that because I watched just about anything he's in,
Yeah.
including, they say it's a chick flex, but it was a great movie, The Descendants.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, that's a good one too.
That is a really heavy movie.
Yeah, that's a very. Heavy
It's
piece.
one of those movies like it's not very exciting. There's not a lot of special effects.
No.
The cinematography is outstanding. In Hawaii, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
But what it says about the land and the ownerships of the land in Hawaii, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
You got to check that out one of these days, Mark.
The Descendants.
The
The
Descendants.
Descendants.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I think for me, standouts, I usually go and talk about, I use standouts almost 9 times out of 10. I'll bring up the soundtrack. Dad already covered that. So I want to talk about today, I want to talk about the script and the writing and the dialogue, because to me, when I hear it, it almost reads like a long poem. It's not quite like hyper realistic, you know what I mean? Like it's not too much dialogue, but it gets to that point where it's so flowy. It's almost unreal, but not quite.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I really enjoy about it. I just love good, meaty dialogue. And like Matt was saying, throughout this whole episode, he's mentioned multiple times, this could be a play, this could be a play.
Yeah.
And that is how I see the dialogue of this. I see it taken from the novel, and I see it being used like as a play. I see it being used here, and it's just really great dialogue. The writing was really, really good.
I think what it is for me, if I can, I'm so sorry, Dad, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead, Matt.
I think what it is for me, if I can really, if I try to compare it to, it's a little Brechty. It's giving Brecht to me a little bit, the dialogue. And also, I know I use it all the time, but there's Waiting for Godot elements as well. I know I bring him up, but it's the simplicity in the text for me that makes me think of those two writers.
So, Mark, you did read this book?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I have not either, but I'm curious now to read it.
okay,
because I do like the film so much.
That would have shocked me if you read a book.
Hey, I've read plenty of books.
It's
That was
easier
going to be one of my questions. But anyway.
I'm just joking, but sort of. Before we get too far off track about the dialogue, I think, which is kind of interesting, this is a twist because James Lear loves the old movies. And think about it, the old films have the best dialogue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They do. They didn't have special effects and all this stuff we have today. It was in black and white, but the dialogue carried. When your mother and I watch movies, old films, Mark, we are just amazed at how the dialogue stands out and it carries home. They were so good.
Yeah.
They were so good. It's almost like you could just hear it as a radio program and still enjoy it.
Yeah.
The dialogue.
I think the problem now is that, back in the day, at the golden age of Hollywood, you had a few studios, and they would put out a few films a year, and there was a limited amount of writers in Hollywood, right? And so they would really craft this. They wanted to stand out and shine, and so they would put all of their blood, sweat, and tears into writing this really great dialogue because they wanted to get the next job. So they wanted to make something beautiful, right? Whereas nowadays, everybody's a writer, and you have so many projects, and there's stuff for Netflix, there's stuff for all these streamers, and there's just so much content out there, and that's the way they're looking at it. Less as art and more as content. Okay, well, they got to say something, so put it out there and let's get it fast. And so I think speed has taken over, and also just the need to get this done and move on to the next, whatever the next thing is.
The next moneymaker.
Yeah. And I
Money.
absolutely agree. And it's like also, Mark, to your point about it kind of being oversaturated, to me in an unhealthy way. I think on one hand, it's great that there's content out there of different kinds that people can see themselves represented in. I think that's a great thing. But it's not also just a matter of a bunch of stuff being out there. It's about what is being put out there. And I think at that time that you guys were mentioning as well, I think about the transition from theater to film when you still had heavy theater elements in film production at that time, which also kind of forced you to.
When the silent films turned to talkies.
I mean, yeah, right. But you had actors making that transition. You still had that theatrical element that still brought about a quality piece of art.
And now you have people that want to skip and they want to have like AI create scripts, which thankfully right now Hollywood's kind of blocking because of like unions and whatnot. But hopefully they keep blocking that because
Hopefully
nobody wants that.
It's blocked. But also, I mean, even think about when we cast reality stars and TikTok people that had a TikTok that went viral.
Yeah.
In a major role in a TV show or in a movie, and then the movie doesn't do well and it gets ripped to shreds.
Glenn Close project that just got released. She had Kim Kardashian in it.
Yeah,
and they get torn right to shreds because like nobody wants to watch Kim Kardashian
because you're putting people in pieces of art that they have no experience in, but you're following the dollar, right?
Yeah.
But you reap what you sow, and hell, you probably could. I don't know if the show's going to get picked up again, but if not, then it's short term. When you follow the dollar like that, you're following short term.
Mm-hmm.
You're just following short term. I think that you have these people working these positions now that aren't creatives. They're not artistic people, and so they're just thinking about the bottom line. And I'm going to get off my soapbox now because I could go on.
Well, guys, that brings us to trivia. So typically we just take turns reading down the list. Dad, would you like to participate?
Yeah, what is this?
So at the trivia section, we just usually take turns. Like I'll read one, then the next person, then the next person will just read down the list.
What, a piece of trivia?
Yeah.
Just read it?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll read the first one. Dad, I want you to read the second one, and then Matt the third, and we'll just go in that order down the list. Sound good?
I don't know. I might have lost your script.
We'll find the script. That'd be helpful.
I don't see it. Your script?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is. Hello, I'm lost.
I mean, you could click on the link in your mail again.
Oh, wait a minute. This might be it right here. Trivia. I got it. Yep.
Okay. So I'll read the first one. Dad, you read the second. Matt the third, and then we'll just go in that order until we get down to the bottom. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. The term Wonder Boys is a derivative of the German Wunderkind, refers to someone who has greatly succeeded in their profession of art at an early age. In the movie, Grady applies the term Wonder Boy to James Lear specifically.
Also, just to interject really quick, so I remember watching special features for Star Trek 2009, and Zachary Quinto said that about Anton Yelchin.
Oh, yeah, he was.
That's the first time that I heard that word used. I said, "Oh, that's an interesting way to describe him." But
Wunderkind.
Yeah, Wunderkind. Yeah.
Hanson has been a fan of Bob Dylan's music since childhood and a great admirer of his soundtrack for Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Dylan admired Hanson's previous film, L.A. Confidential, and after much convincing, screened 90 minutes of rough footage from Wonder Boys. Hanson picked Dylan because, as he said, quote, "Who knows more about being a Wonder Boy and the trap it can be, about the expectations and the fear of repeating yourself," unquote.
In addition to Dylan, Hanson built the score around 9 singer-songwriters, including Leonard Cohen and Neil Young. The entire soundtrack is integrated into the film, with Hanson playing some of the songs for the actors on the Pittsburgh set to convey a scene's oral texture, as he put it.
The soundtrack features several songs by Bob Dylan, including one new composition, Things Have Changed, which would win the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Hanson also created a music video for the song, filming new footage of Bob Dylan on the film's various locations and editing it with footage used in Wonder Boys as if Dylan were actually in the film.
Mm-hmm.
The film was originally released in February 2000 to almost universal praise, especially for the performance of Michael Douglas. But with very little fanfare, Paramount, the film's distributor, decided to re-release the film that November with a different marketing campaign that highlighted its strong supporting cast in hopes that it would garner some Oscar nominations, despite Paramount Vice Chairman Rob Friedman's acknowledgement that no studio had ever successfully re-released a picture that initially flopped.
In the theatrical version, James Lear included Alan Ladd's death in his list of celebrity suicides. After complaints from Ladd's family, Paramount removed the offending line in all future releases of the film, including home video. Because of this, VHS and DVD releases carry a disclaimer shown before the feature warning that the film has been edited for content.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
Here's something I should have mentioned earlier when you asked if anything really surprised me in the movie. I was surprised when he was listing authors' deaths by suicide. He did not mention Hemingway. I was very surprised.
Oh,
And
I think he was mentioning actors' deaths. I get the impression it was all actors, like Hollywood actors.
Oh, I was thinking they were writers.
No, I think it was all actors. Anyway.
Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, well, speaking of, the list of famous suicides is taken name for name from a list in Kenneth Anger's Hollywood Babylon 2, including the notorious Alan Ladd reference. So evidently that's a book.
Many of the film's scenes were filmed at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh.
Tobey Maguire and Robert Downey Jr. play lovers in this film. Both of them would later play lead Marvel superheroes in Spider-Man in 2002 and Iron Man in 2008, respectively.
The exterior of the sports shop is actually a local bowling alley, the same bowling alley that appears in the beginning of the film Kingpin that came out in 1996.
When Grady returns to his house to find Terry, Robert Downey Jr., throwing a party, the song playing as he enters the house is Waiting for the Miracle by Leonard Cohen. This same song plays over the opening credits of Natural Born Killers in 1994, also starring Downey.
Although in the film, Grady allows Ula to keep the jacket, in Michael Chabon's novel, upon which the movie is based, Grady returns it to Walter, and then when Grady and Sarah get married, she wears the jacket, just as Marilyn Monroe did for her marriage to Joe DiMaggio.
Which is a good wrap-up.
Yeah, so, yeah, again, I got to read the book. I also, I didn't include this in the trivia, but I do want to mention Robert Downey Jr. at the time, it was hard to cast him because he had gone through all kinds of legal issues due to his substance abuse. He had assured the film's director that he would abstain from doing anything drug-related or crazy during the shoot, and he convinced the director to hire him. And so, according to the director, he did fine through the entire production, in spite of it being very, very cold in Pittsburgh and miserable filming. He abstained from doing any drugs or abusing alcohol. However, immediately after filming wrapped, he went back to LA and ended up having to go back to jail because he got into some crazies. So just a fun tag on the end of that.
No, just checking. Is this the same Michael Chabon that did Star Trek Picard the first season? That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Well, we have reached the final thoughts portion of the pod. So I thought for this week, We usually rate it 1 to 5 something or other. So I thought for this week, we could give out 1 to 5 unfinished manuscripts.
Say that again.
So usually, if you're rating something, it's like 1 to 5. And so instead of stars, we'll give out 1 to 5 unfinished manuscripts. So depending on how you liked it, you either give it 1 manuscript, 4, 5, or a half manuscript. We do halves.
Oh, are you rating this podcast or the film?
The film.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking everybody. So, Matt, Dad, you guys want to answer?
As a film? Oh, it's right up there. I'd rate it a 5.
So you'd give it 5 unfinished manuscripts.
I guess I'm confused. I want to give it the best star possible. 5.
That's the best. Okay.
I have to give it 3.5, but that's just because I want to see this on stage.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. I think. Oh, heck with it. I think I'll give it 5 as well. I was thinking about maybe like 4.5, but I'll just give it 5 because this has been a film that I've just gone back to like over the years many, many times.
Good.
That's why I wanted to bring it on the pod. So I'll give it 5. Heck with it.
At the beginning of the show, you asked, have I seen any films lately? And I couldn't recall off the top of my head. But I know I want this. I know you're winding up here. I just want to mention, I knew I saw something recently besides the live play. It was a Tuesday Night Murder Club. Have you two seen that?
No.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Nope.
Oh, it's an all-star cast. It's excellent. And I might confuse Tuesday with Thursday, but check it out.
Okay.
Offline, I'll get back to you. It's really, really good.
All right.
It's a lot of laughs. It's like a Clue sort of thing, but better.
Okay. Intriguing.
I thought we had talked about this a couple weeks ago, that film. It might be on Netflix. I'm not sure where it is, but it's really good.
Tuesday or Thursday Night Murder Club.
Yes.
Okay.
You will not go wrong. You will not be disappointed.
All right.
And Matt, you must see the Kaminsky Method.
Noted, sir.
This is
Thank
true.
you.
I'm going to
There's
send
a
him the
couple-
trailer.
Yes, it's I've seen some of them several times. Michael Douglas and I can't think of his name right. Yeah, you'll see what I mean once you watch it.
Great
if you
cast.
like the Wonder Boys, you're gonna like that.
Mm-hmm. He might like it more, actually, because
Yes, he might like it
his
more.
wheelhouse. Yeah.
And I'm speaking of seeing things live. You were in the theater once. You were an actor.
Yes, I am an actor. Yes.
You are an actor. Then you would appreciate the fact that Pam and I, we have season tickets to the Penobscot Theater. We like the live shows down there.
Nice.
Yeah, we get to go about 5 times a year. So we subscribe to
good.
about 5. There's nothing like a live shows.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I work at a theater, but I work at the stage door at a theater. So most of the time I'm working backstage, and so I don't get to go see the shows.
Ironic.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely prefer to see, because most of the time we just have musicals that come through. We don't have straight plays that come through. I prefer straight plays over musicals. If it's going to be a musical, it's got to be something like Sondheim.
Yeah.
Something that's going to have some meat to it.
Yeah.
That's a little side tangent, but yeah.
Ironically, one of the best actors that keeps coming back to Bangor to the Penobscot Theater started his days working in the lobby, doing tickets. He was a wannabe actor. Now he's one of our favorites, and he's probably in at least half the plays every year, and he's a local from Bangor area, which makes it real good for him.
Yeah.
Because his part is so good. He makes you laugh. He makes you cry. He's not a stock character. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, getting off topic.
No, I enjoyed it.
And one confession, this is not HBO, it's whiskey.
Thank God.
See, a little bit of James.
Mr. Lear.
A little storytelling.
Thank God I'm the only one drinking. Okay. What's happening on BQN? Well, here's a rundown of some podcasts that you won't want to miss. Beaming into all quadrants of Trek fandom, we have All Good Things, a Star Trek Universe podcast covering all of Trek. Galaxy Class, focused on all things next generation. Infinite Diversity, where you'll hear about all the newest Trek as it airs. Union Federation, a lively discussion of both Star Trek and the Orville. The Trek Book Club, blast off to the literary frontier of Trek's beta canon. What's the Tea, Bev? Trek news and fandom insights from an LGBTQIA+ perspective. Available in both audio and YouTube formats, we have Trek Masters, a fun, challenging Star Trek quiz show, and The View Screen, a Trek-inspired talk show live on Sundays. But wait, there's more to discover beyond the final frontier. Bargain Bin Gamer, a whimsical exploration into the world of affordable video games. Cinema Z, a film discussion and review podcast showcasing films you probably missed but should definitely check out. History with the Szilagyi, a snippet of historical events from around the world. Transformational Journeys, a thought-provoking discussion of what it means to embrace authenticity in the face of societal expectations. As a bonus for our Patreon members, we offer The Hive Mind with script readings, live reaction shows, and roundtable discussions. All good things, extended in super exclusive video edition. It's Green, a cornucopia of topics offering diverse and engaging conversations. Amy's Math Moments, discover the subtle and not so subtle mathematical wonders woven into the fabric of Star Trek. Stay connected to our ever-expanding galaxy of content by following BQN Podcast on Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Discord. Thank you for tuning in to BQN. Assimilate the audio. All right, so, Matt, what the hell are we talking about next week?
I am so excited for this because I'm not sure when we're coming back to this. I'm assuming that February is going to be the next time that we'll have something drop.
January or February or yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like, I say this because this is so it's seasonal. It's the right for me. It's the right next thing. The next film we're going to be doing is Sleepless in Seattle. I'm so excited because I love this rom-com so much. Sleepless in Seattle was released in 1993, written by Jeff Arch, Nora Ephron, and David Ward. It was directed by Nora Ephron. This film follows two distant lovers, one in Seattle, one in New York, played by Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, and their journey across space and time to finally come together. Little side note, I have a whole time travel universe bending theory about this movie as well that I'll share when we do the podcast, because my science fiction brain has ideas about who these characters actually are besides just these rom-com characters. But I think this is also the first rom-com that I think I ever saw, and it's still my favorite to this day. So I'm really excited to talk about it.
True story. I lived in Seattle for a number of years. I've heard references to this film my whole life. Never seen the film.
Oh, you better see the film.
You've never seen Sleepless in Seattle?
Well, I am now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch it.
Gonna have to watch it now.
I love this movie.
Well, we don't want to get off topic. I have places to go myself, Matt. But have you ever seen Somewhere in Time?
Oh, so good.
Someone else brought that movie up. I have not seen Somewhere in Time.
Oh, you have to put it on your list.
Yeah.
It's Mark's mother's probably one of her very, very favorite, other than The Notebook.
Okay.
Somewhere in Time. It's a classic.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Reeve.
It should make a great Christopher Reeve. It will also make a great play. It would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they've ever done it live or not.
What was her name? Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Jane Seymour.
Seymour.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was fantastic in this.
And
it took place around like a theater. She was a theater actress in the movie. So, yeah, it's good.
And the soundtrack is wonderful.
Brilliant soundtrack.
The soundtrack itself is worth having on your Apple list or whatever, just for relaxment. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we would love to hear what you thought of today's episode and hope you'll join our Facebook group, the BQN Collective, to continue our discussion there. You can also skeet your thoughts at CinemaZ Pod on Blue Sky and let us know if you'd like to recommend a film. Please follow the network on Blue Sky and Instagram at BQN Podcast. And don't forget, you can join the conversation with BQN hosts and fellow listeners on our Discord server. Reach out to any of the hosts for details, and we will get you the link. So, Dad, where can people find you when you are not giving really great film and movie recommendations?
In the deep woods.
That tracks. Yeah, that's usually where he's at.
Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads on at MLJENN. That's my personal Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads, and TikTok on at 1701 BLERD. That is the social media. Those are the social media pages for my web series. Stay tuned for an Indiegogo to go out soon so I can film season 2. So Mark, where can people find you when you are not randomly slamming your butt on the hood of people's classic cars?
That was so great. I think he just jumped my car. Love that.
It didn't make any sense, but that was great.
Oh, and then he bowed after. He just did a little bow.
Yes.
I love that. Well, when I'm not, bouncing my butt on the hoods of people's cars, you can find me on Blue Sky at MW207. That's also where I am on Flashes, which is Blue Sky's Instagram. And Letterboxd. It's actually the same handle on Letterboxd, and I never say that, but yes, my handle MW207 on Letterboxd as well. Please hit the subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a star rating or written review that helps others to find the show. You can also follow the entire network's podcast with their master feed by searching BQN.
At this time, we would like to thank our associate producer, Amy Nelson. A special thanks to Las Marquez for our original show art. The opening and closing music for this podcast is titled Dancing Dead and is provided by Ketsa from the Free Music Archive, providing royalty-free music for content creators.
If you'd like to help us keep all of our shows coming to you each week, you can become a patron of the network on Patreon. We'll add you to the Hive Mind Facebook group so you can enjoy It's Green, Amy's Math Moments, and other network perks. With a monthly subscription of $5 or more, you can join our meetings on the Hive Mind Roundtable discussion on the second Saturday of each month. Visit patreon.com/BQN to get all these details and watch your messages. Thank you for listening.
We hope you'll tune in next time.
Oh, great. The puberty police are here.
You on the script, Dad?
No,
Oh, the last line is for you.
it is. I don't.
Yep.
You're going to have to edit that out. I don't have the script.
Oh,